This is like 30 years ago was you would divorce your wife, you would buy a motorcycle and drive cross-continent to California. Now it's like, is that guy questioning his gender? Did Courtney Cox take up MMA? I'm not sure.
Hey Pigeons, it's Jerry Atcher from Straight Talk. Welcome back, Pigeons. Isn't it wonderful? Hopefully you're staying safe in this wonderful time we're all living through. That was sarcasm, Pigeon. Don't worry, just stay with me. Anyway, drink wine, have sex, it's all good. That's how you get through this. Or eat. Eating's good too. Eat, 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 eat. Don't worry about it. You can work it off later.
Oh, God.
Anyway, my pronouns are she and her, and I'm so glad to join you. Lady Raven Pigeon, how are you?
I am good. I'm playing with my kitty.
You're playing with your pussy. I got it. I got it. And we have
Hello, pigeons. I am Lady Raven, and my pronoun is her, she.
Yep, she said that. She certainly did say her, she. Anyway, and we have a very special guest today, and we're going to let them introduce themselves, so do it big.
Oh, big. Hey, what's up, people out there? My name is Alval. My pronouns depend on how I'm presenting. So right now it would be he, him, or you'll always play it safe by doing they, them. What a long way to go.
And respect people's pronoun, and as my wonderful little co-host many months ago used to say, and don't be a dick.
Words to live by.
Words to be a dick. Oh, no, dick. No, don't be a dick. Right. Get dick, but don't be.
Right, yeah. I like it. What you said at the beginning. It was like, have sex, have a good time, or something like that. Is that your
Have sex
catchphrase?
and drink wine, honey.
Have sex and drink wine. I love that.
You can get through anything with those two things.
Absolutely. Go on Amazon. Buy, if you don't have anybody to have sex with, buy a sex machine. Buy one of those piston-y things that, goes like a hydraulic thing that goes.
And then, darlings, when you bring your partner to the house, you'd be like, meet your competition.
Yeah, yeah. Your partner's threatened by this piston-y machine.
I think it depends on the size. I think the size is always an issue.
Oh, well, there are attachments for that.
I do not know these things that you speak.
Alval isn't lying. It's true. You can customize that to whatever shape. Oh my gosh, there's a clone of Willie out there. You can make it so it's your own or your partner's, and yeah.
Yeah.
On Amazon.
Can't you get some kind of a cast of your partner's
Yeah,
stuff?
that's the clone of Willie. For a man, that's a clone of Willie, and then they have the clone of JJ, I guess, for women as well. I'm not sure how you do that.
That is so cool. There's something wholesome about that.
Process.
I think that's great. If you're like a traveling salesman or something, and you feel you're lonely and you miss your partner's stuff. Yeah.
Imagine going door to door. I'm just gonna take a mold.
And in this box,
Yeah.
And in this box, it's not a tissue box. It's actually, it could be your actual clone of Willie.
Yeah. In this box is another box.
Oh boy, I can see where we're going on this show, and I have no wine.
And again, it's about dang boxes. Oh, what the beep, Jerry?
I don't know what it is about boxes today. Tell us a little bit about you. Anything at all, just throw it out there.
Okay, where to begin? I come from a humble family of 7, big family, very prestigious, overachieving. My dad is a surgeon.
Wow.
My sister is a doctor, my brother's a doctor, and I talk about my dick on stage. That's me.
You sound like you're proud of this dick.
I am quite proud. I've been inspired to make a cast of it now, actually. So, Raven, if you could send me the link to that Free Willy or whatever you called it.
I got you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you need 2 people to make that puppy. I'm just
2 people
from experience. You.
All right. Any volunteers? Yeah, otherwise I'm a gender fluid person. I could go into the whole story, but long story short, I used to, for lack of a better term, cross dress as a teen, and I hid that. I kept it. I was very ashamed of it, and I repressed it for like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean my entire life until up to 2 years ago, I finally came out, and I've been kind of exploring my gender since then, and it's been a wild ride. It's been very confusing, but I feel like I'm getting clarity day by day, you know?
Maybe explain a little bit to people because, you know, people are kind of slow what gender fluid means.
Sure. Um, the best way I can describe it is that it's kind of mood based depending on how I'm feeling. I feel more masculine, more feminine, and I just kind of dress the part, if that makes sense. So I kind of weave back and forth between the two genders, and that's probably the best way I can explain gender fluid. I identify as both and neither sometimes. It's very fluid is actually the perfect word for it because it's ever changing and it fluctuates.
So picture this at an orgy. No, I'm kidding. Let's just paint the picture.
Yeah, I am everything to everyone.
That's awesome.
I'm really popular at orgies. Very versatile.
Wow, that's good to know.
Do you bring your own box, dear?
Yes, in a box.
So did you just kind of stumble into comedy, or is this something you always wanted to do?
I used to tell everybody I was going to be a surgeon, like my dad, just because I'm also named after him. So there's this weird associative legacy that everybody was building up for me. You know what I mean? Like to the outside world, I was just going to be just like him. So I feel like probably my impulse to want to do stand up is maybe has like a nucleus of rebellion in it, but it's something that I just wanted to do since high school. I'm gonna say Dane Cook got me into comedy. I know people hate him, but when I was a teen and I listened to his album Retaliation and I just heard the energy and enthusiasm in that crowd and the noise and the love and the adoration, I was like, bingo, I want that. I want to be.
So you actually listened to his vinyl record?
His album, his CD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, you might have to explain what vinyl is, but I mean,
Well,
folks.
I mean, we had a vinyl player, and the only vinyl record I think we had was some Bill Cosby thing. And I remember a long time ago as a teen, I like played it and it broke the record. So that was kind of ominous and foreboding, you know? Maybe it was a sign. It's like, you shouldn't listen to this guy.
Yeah, it didn't go well for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like you were on CBC Gem as well.
That's right. Yeah. I've had a great 2020, to be honest, and I try not to brag too much about it because I know we're all hurting. And I mean, I'm hurting too, but I lucked out. I taped a thing for CBC Gem in Vancouver earlier this year. New Wave of Stand-Up, it's called. I'm episode 3. I'm very, very proud of it. I think it's a delight, and I recommend people go see it.
Well, we'll make sure we get the link on here for you.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, Lady Raven, I don't know what you're doing down there.
So, you also were part of Just for Laughs Northwest.
That's right.
That's
right.
awesome.
It was really cool. It was amazing. It was like my first major festival. And it was this CBC Gem thing. It was my first taping ever. So I was living every single moment, just soaking it all in. They put us in a really nice hotel. There was, I was like right beside the party room, like the main room where all the comics would kind of come in and out and check in. And they had like free snacks and beer and stuff. It was great. And this was my first opportunity to exercise some star power, which was so cool. So before I arrived, they sent me an email that was like, send us your rider, any requests. What do you want? What can we get for you? And
my rider's a lot of wine.
Yeah.
Really
and And I have a feeling like most comedians would like ask for a 6-pack or something in their hotel room or an extra pillow or whatever. But I was like, I want to send somebody on a wild goose chase for no reason other than because I said so. I kind of want to exercise a little bit of power. So I sent them, I can grab the framed photo of an online video game player who I think is absolutely adorable. This like cute, rotund Korean guy. And I sent them a picture, and all I said was like,
I saw that.
yeah, greet me at the airport with a framed photo of this guy. And they did. They went out and framed this beautiful photograph of this dude. They have no idea who it was. I didn't give them any context. And they were just holding it in the airport. I lost it.
Well, you should have just asked for the person.
That would have been cool.
I'm
I'll
not
know
quite
for next
sure
time.
That goes over, but
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but I'll try
Like,
for next time.
make this happen. He wants it. You make it happen.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So are you finding that there's a lot of change in entertainment where there's a little bit more diversity? Do you think we've got a long way to go still, or are we making progress?
I think I may not be the right one to say how far we have to go because I'm pretty privileged. I'll acknowledge that. But I would say it's plain to see how much progress we have made and continue to make. I think this whole zeitgeist, this whole push to grow diversity in comedy is really helpful. And I feel like Gem is a perfect example of that. And the last JFL festival that I went to is like, you look around the room and it's people from all backgrounds and all orientations, and it's heartwarming to see. I think we are making great progress, but I don't know. I'm a white guy, so I might be wrong.
I've just found that, I know Lady Raven and I have talked about this a few times. We just find that there's this perception of the LGBT community that you're either a twink or a drag queen. Like there's nothing else.
Yeah,
And there's so much more. There's so much more.
So much more. And within gender, like I personally, a lot of people think that what I do is drag, and they qualify it as drag and identify it as such. And I have no problems with the drag community really, but it still technically doesn't quite fit how I express myself because it isn't performative per se. It is still like a part of me that I like to express. So I don't know if I'm properly distinguishing between drag and gender fluidity, but I still feel like there is something there that distinguishes the two. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Sorry, we should respond to that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was just engrossed in the conversation. I was like, I guess I should say something. Yeah,
See, I think it's kind of cool, like the idea of a gender fluid, because being a female, I'm not like, I don't dress like a man, and I can't. I've got these bodacious tatas. You can't miss them. But I'm very tomboy. What are you shaking your head for, Jerry?
Oh no, I've seen them. They're like right there.
Oh wow.
Like, bam.
You're like,
But
bam.
I'm a tomboy, and I've been like I mean, even in my fields and stuff like that, like I wanted to be a mechanic, and they're like, why do you want to be a mechanic? I'm like, I don't know, it's cool. I'm taking apart stuff all my life. So I'm a very masculine female.
Yeah, and
So I kind of get that.
and it's great hearing this from people. It's great sharing these experiences with people, because the more you talk it out, the more you realize that everybody on a certain level thinks gender norms are kind of silly and ridiculous. Like I remember, I mean, I always paint my nails, and it'll surprise me, like the stereotypically broy dudes who will be like, hey, sick, man, you paint your nails? That's sick. I do that sometimes too. Or like, I've got this purse that, like, I met a guy the other day that was like, I bought this European man purse and I think it's super sick. And my buddies make fun of it, but I think it's rad. And I'm like, good for you. I think those guys are the canary in the coal mine for progress. Like, if a broy dude is telling you that he paints his nails, I think that's a sure sign that we as a society are growing and making progress. That's my opinion.
Well, it is true though. I mean, in my first husband, he was a bit of a dick. So, I mean, always about, you can't hang around with gay people because they'll hit on you. I'm like, no, they won't.
Yeah.
If you met him, I mean, you'd understand, but you know, but anyway, it was like, you know, but I found the younger generation today, when you talk to them, especially in high school, they're like, do you have people that come out? And they're like, oh yeah. And I said, what happens? And they go, well, you know, the person tells us they're gay or whatever. And we go, okay, do you want to go get lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that.
that's the way it should be. I don't understand.
Yeah, that is the ideal response. I think I hope that someday coming out isn't even a thing. You just don't have to make a big deal of it. Like my favorite responses from people when I came out were, okay, so what? Like that was my favorite response. It just meant
Yeah.
it just signifies that nothing has changed.
Yeah, you're still the same person you were before.
Yeah.
So how does your family feel about all this comedy and gender fluid? And are they kind of learning about it, or are they kind of into it?
They're learning about it, I would say.
The progress, right?
Yeah, and I am careful about how intensely I show that kind of stuff to them because it was a real shock to my parents especially. And so I'm just treating it with a lot of patience and slow baby steps, slow exposures and just mentions here and there because I don't want to overwhelm them. I don't know. The comedy thing they've all eventually come around to now that I've found some success. It took them a very long time, and I understand. I was struggling for a very long time. But it is, I mean, the fact that my comedy career has especially taken off after I came out, and a lot of it has to do with sort of how I present myself. And I joke around that I wasn't relevant until I slapped on a wig and a dress, and then people found me interesting. And I know it's so much more than that, but I think my point is that whole gender stuff, all the gender stuff combined with this comedy career, the fact that it's such a prominent part of my life, probably makes them uncomfortable on some level. And I have to acknowledge that and kind of help them along the way. I think it's my responsibility not to just overwhelm
Put it
them.
in their face. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But what's
It
the
sucks
old
that you have
saying?
to do
It's
that, though.
perfectly well to have a penis, dear, but you don't need to whop it around in my face.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Please don't.
So, but
She's married 7 men.
really, 7?
Hey, 7 times
I
now.
know.
Good. Wow. I mean, good for you. Are you going for the record or what's
You can't keep up.
uh,
Things, you know, wine and sex. That's how you get through things.
This is
wow.
the problem with Jerry. It's like you hang out with Jerry. There is no single men in this area. So it's like I will continue to get cats. That's just how that's going to be.
That's a great alternative. I might look into that.
I'm not so sure, but okay. You get those cats.
Yeah.
But wine is always an answer.
But to be fair to my family, I just want to be fair. Like they are really open-minded and they are really supportive. And I'm grateful for the family I have. I think they're awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. So what do you have coming up?
Nothing at all.
You're gonna do some casting,
I'm
door-to-door sales, maybe.
yeah, maybe door-to-door sales. If anybody's hiring out there, I have a very specific set of skills, none of which are really that useful in regular life. So no, I'm doing something with Alice Rose, another comedian in Toronto. She has put together, it's called Charisma Mod. And if you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, it is a bi-weekly, every Monday night, we will be broadcasting us playing Dungeons and Dragons live. And it's me and a handful of comedians, so it's bound to be really imaginative and hilarious. And I'm so sick at Dungeons and Dragons. Like the fighting and all the stuff is lame and I don't care, but I have an imagination on me and I like to fuck around. So it's a good time.
I also believe it's not just comedians. I think you got a musician in there too, Mackenzie Drive.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yep.
I think he's very excited about this idea.
Great. Yeah. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I'm super pumped.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, Jerry, is Mackenzie playing the Dungeons and Dragons with charisma, or is it just the music aspect?
No, I don't know what he's doing. I'm just spitballing here.
I'm the bard, so I'm like the musician, poet, storyteller, comedian of the group.
Who's the game leader? Who's the
Isn't it dating-
mastermind?
Wait a minute, this isn't a dating app. We're not Lady Raven. Easy.
Oh no, this is Dungeons and Dragons role playing. I'm curious.
Their name is Stella. Stella, I don't know their last name, but I can follow up on that. Or I can look it
that's
up right
alright.
now. But
I can look it up too.
All right. So Al, how can people find you? This is always the big question. You know,
Right.
people want to find you.
I am on Instagram at AlValComedy. I am on Twitter with the same handle, AlValComedy. And I'm mostly active on Facebook. I'm sorry, but if you friend me, AlVal, it's just AlVal. But please send me a message first telling me like who you are and how you found me out. Because if it's, as a rule, if it's less than 10 mutual friends, excuse me, if it's less than 10, I don't accept.
That's a good rule.
That's good to know.
No, it's a good bloody rule. It's crazy.
I'll take anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I know you do.
that's the thing. I accepted too many requests from people named Bing Bong McGee or something like that, and they don't even have a profile picture. It's just like the fucking frog avatar or whatever. And then and then they start flaming you with racist, homophobic shit, and you're like, okay, now I should
trolls.
curate my friends list a little bit more carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lady Raven, it is that time one more time. We are so sad. Well, Al, we are so thankful that you took some time out to sit down with us and just have a quick chat and see what's going on. And we so appreciate you.
I appreciate you folks. Thank you for having me. This was a really sweet time.
Oh,
Right on.
Thank you for having me. This was great.
Well, thank you.
we'll definitely do this again, Pigeon, because, you know, it's always nice to, you know, get community involvement and make sure that people, you know, are getting out there, especially, you know, when, you know, it's not like the greatest time.
Yeah. And that's why we have to come together and we have to have each other. I don't know what I'm saying.
You've
I
got
just-
improv skills too. So I might reach out to you about something. I'm working on a project that's tied in with improv artists.
Okay. I mean, I got nothing like I said, so I'm looking for projects to work on. Absolutely.
All right.
Reach
I don't
out.
write anything down. I just do it.
And if you have me on again, I promise I will get glammed up like Jerry.
All right, deal.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
I'll look real fine for it.
I'll promise I'll get glammed up too, as opposed to like what I look like when I get out of bed.
Pigeon,
Yeah.
Pigeon, you could be number 8. Just be careful here.
Damn it, Jerry. Back off.
Oh, I haven't even got rid of number 7.
Listen here, Silver Fox. Back off. Back off.
I'm not sharing my wine. I just want to make that clear.
No, we don't
So-
cheer
Yeah,
on.
we get along great. I don't drink. So there you go.
Okay, good.
Well, Pigeons, thank you so much for tuning in to Straight Talk. It's been a pleasure with Al Val. Make sure you check them out on social media. Follow them. Make sure you send a message if you're doing the Facebook thing, though, because we don't want any of those other things. I don't know what all you young folks do, but you know, whatever. Anyway, make sure you subscribe and like and share and follow and push that button, that devil's doorbell down.
Doorbell, you did not go there.
I'm not always perfect, Lady Raven. Like, come on, push the devil's doorbell down there, the red button.
Y'all know where to find that dang devil's doorbell.
Yeah, no wonder nobody's subscribing. They can't find it. Anyway, thank you so much, Pigeons. You have a great, wonderful day, and stay safe, and never underestimate who you are and the voice you have. Bye-bye, Pigeons.